Hello everyone on YouTube and welcome to my paleontology channel. I am Black the T-Rex. Today I want to share with you guys a new research posted on Cretaceous research. Picture a reptile the size of a school bus, with a skull built entirely around crushing things, patrolling the open sea 120 million years ago. We know these animals existed. What we didn't have until now was to prove that they were ever in Mexico. These animals are called pliosaurs, a branch of the pliosaur family with a short neck, a massive head, and four flippers instead of a tail fin. They ruled the seas as apex predators from the Middle Jurassic all the way into the Cretaceous, but scientists have a real gap in the fossil record for this group during the early Cretaceous, especially anywhere in North America. That's exactly the gap this new paper fills. A team led by Jill Barrientos Lara, working with the researchers from UNAM and the University of Chihuahua, collected two fossils from rock outcrops near Coyame del Soto in Chihuahua State. The first is a set of 7 vertebrae dug out near a spot called Cerro Chino. The second is a single tooth found on the surface at another site, called Cuchillo Parado. Neither one is a complete skeleton, but both were dated using the ammonite fossils layered around them, and both landed in the Upper Aptian, meaning they're roughly 121 to 113 million years old. So how do you identify an animal from just a handful of vertebrae? The team looked at small details, like the position of nutrient foramina, tiny holes on the underside of each bone, and the proportions of length to height in the centra. Those features matched patterns seen in a group called Thalassophonia, the macro-predatory branch of pliosaurs that includes the true giants of the family. The vertebra even hinted at a closer link to a subgroup called Brachiocenini, based on how the foramina was placed. The tooth is where things get really interesting. It's conical, robust, and round in cross-section, measuring 90 millimeters as preserved, with the broken tip estimated to add another 25 millimeters. So the whole thing is probably around 115 millimeters long. The base is 40 millimeters across. Researchers scanned it with a micro-CT machine and found something unexpected inside. Growth lines in the dentin, the kind that mark periods of faster and slower tooth development, averaged 164.8 micrometers wide near the base. For comparison, most reptiles show lines in the range of 15 to 30 micrometers, and even the thickest previously recorded lines found in a mosasaur only reached 141 micrometers. This tooth grew so fast than anything measured before in a marine reptile. To figure out what this animal ate, the team ran the tooth measurement through a statistical analysis alongside data from dozens of other pliosaurs. The result placed it among the generalist hunters, animals with thick, rounded, conical teeth suited for grabbing large prey rather than the blade-like cutting teeth some other pliosaurs evolved. So this was likely an opportunistic predator, probably going after big fish and other marine reptiles rather than specializing in one type of meal. Beyond the anatomy, the location itself is a big deal. During the Aptian, this part of Chihuahua sat within the Gulf of Mexico basin, separate from the western interior seaway that later flooded the middle of North America. Known pliosaurs from that inland seaway don't show up until millions of years later, in the Turonian. So this Chihuahua find suggests these predators may have entered the western interior seaway from the south, once the Gulf of Mexico connected with it sometime between the Albian and the Cenomanian stages. 2 fossils, 1 stripe of the vertebra, and 1 tooth, and together they pushed the known range of these ocean giants back into a part of the fossil record that was almost blank. If you like stories about how a handful of bones can rewrite a map, subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.